Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan. On today's YouTube clip, we are going to talk about the New York Knicks as part of our NBA season preview. Let us know in the comments section down below what your thoughts are on the New York Knicks and some of the predictions you have going into this season. Clint, let's get into our thoughts. Let's talk about the Knicks for a minute. They were 51-31 last year. They lost in the conference finals. They re-signed Bridges. They added Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, and they did not lose anyone of no departures. So, Clint, going into the season, what would you say is the strength for the Knicks, or what are you most looking forward to for the New York Knicks?
So I think the strength this year is with Mike Brown. Their offense will be diversified, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I know we fall back on the size that they have and all of that, but for this year, I think being able to have Mike Brown come in, I think he learned a lot from being with the Warriors and then being with the Kings, that the offense won't just be Jalen Brunson or bust for long stretches. It's still going to be that at times because Jalen Brunson is incredible at what he does for someone of his size. But I think that also has limits, and you kind of see that at times. And if he's not superhuman, suddenly, the Knicks can kind of look, I don't want to say ordinary, but not, reaching their peak. So I think a strength will be diversifying that offense, getting Bridges the ball, Anunoby the ball, so that they can kind of show off a little more of what they can do.
Yeah, I like that one. I have versatile. I think they're very versatile. I think adding Yabusele makes them able to do different stuff on their roster. They have Josh Hart still. They add in Jordan Clarkson, which would be also their depth. McBride as well. So their depth I also like. Um, Especially adding Clarkson, he's kind of like not as good, but a version of Brunson, like where he can get buckets. And so whenever Brunson's off this court, you still have somebody who can kind of like go get buckets when you need it. So I like their depth and I like their versatility. It's a pretty well-rounded roster.
Yeah, it's hard to poke a lot of holes in it.
That's it, yeah. Weakness. What is your biggest weakness for the Knicks going into the season?
I worry about, as each year goes by, like, does their defense slowly tail off? Bridges has been fine, a little disappointing. Anunoby has been great. Karl Anthony Towns has his issues. They've been able to hide it, but Mitchell Robinson, looks like he's already going to, sit the opener. Josh Hart's going to sit the opener. So I wonder if as age and minutes, like, you don't have Tibbs there anymore to play him 48 minutes a night, but sometimes that has a cascading effect. And I worry, like, are they run down a little bit? And maybe some of the nagging injuries we worried about with Tibbs that didn't happen, suddenly they start showing up now.
Yeah, that's a good one because of the wear and tear that they've had under Tibbs. I like that one. It's nice that Brown will come in and hopefully like 32 minutes a game. Regular season, guys. Let's play like it's the regular season, not the playoffs. I like that one though. My weakness was, and you kind of touched on a way that they are going to try to fix it, which is the Brunson focused offense. Brown comes in, hopefully he puts in a system, but how is that all going to work? You could see last year that, especially like when I watched the Pistons series, how stagnant that offense would become. It was Brunson or bust, like you mentioned already, when we were talking about the strengths. So can they get off of that? Can Mike Brown put them on to something else? Can he utilize those other players? Bring in Jordan Clarkson. It's just something we have to see first before I'm totally confident in it, because the most successful version of that Knicks offense that we know is a heavy focused Brunson offense. So let's see what they are without Brunson before I consider it a positive. So that's a weakness going into the season for me.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to break old habits. They've been in that habit for a couple of years, so maybe it starts off, rough of guys like just throw it to Brunson and stand there and be like, no, 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 we're changing it up.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not saying that they're not able to or they won't. It's just let's see it first before we're like, oh yeah, it's a win, guys. We're not going to be, driving Brunson into the ground all the time. But I would like to see them utilize Bridges and Anunoby a little bit more. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Big question for you for the Knicks going into the season.
I think you kind of touched on it there you know, is it an upgrade? I think it's an upgrade going from Tibbs to Mike Brown because I think Tibbs is really good at certain things, but kind of has a blind spot for other things. But,
Yeah,
you know, more than half the time when you fire a coach and you bring in someone, the grass isn't always greener.
right.
And in this case, Mike Brown has been good in certain places and he's not been good in certain places. And when you mix, change, maybe it starts out great, but if the change isn't working, is there, I don't want to say dissent, but is there like, what are we changing for? It worked last year. We got to the Eastern Conference Final. So my question is, will it prove to be an upgrade in the biggest moments?
Yeah, I like that. I like that one. Mine is this the year? When was the last time the Knicks were in the final? 70? No, it was with no
90,
90,
99.
99 against the
I think
Spurs,
it was
right?
that. Yeah, I think it was the
Yeah.
strike shortened year.
Yeah, so will this be the year? They have a really good roster. In theory, they have a really good team, where it tears offensively and defensively. The Eastern Conference is pretty weak. They're, in my opinion, one of the top three teams in the East. Um, is this the year they can get over that hump and get to the finals in the Eastern Conference? That's the big question. I think they're in prime position to take advantage of this. Can they do that? So that's the big question I have going into the season because with the way they're set up, that's what they should be doing this year. So that's my big question for them this season.
Now or never.
Yeah, really. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know about never, but you're going to make it harder for yourself once everybody comes back next year. What is a successful season for you for the Knicks going forward?
I think as we talked about, this has to be a finals appearance.
That's what I have.
Um,
Yeah.
you basically you're looking at the Cavs or one of these up and coming Hawks Magic teams that maybe is far better than we think. But outside of that, if maybe you're not going to win it if the West is really good, but if you're not going to get there this year, it might be tough to get there without doing something drastic. Even if you make a crazy honest trade, like what are you giving up to get that? And does that, bump you in perhaps a stronger Eastern Conference next year? Does it bump you out of that? So for me, it's got to be the finals.
Yeah, I'm with you. 100%. I just, to me, they should be the favorite in the East. Maybe other than the Cavs, it's them, the Cavs. You said, I kind of like their team built a little, their wings. Yeah, I just like their team built a little better than the Cavs, honestly. And we'll talk about the Cavs coming up shortly. But so to me, I think they're my favorites. Finals is success. See, this is the year, man. You gotta go after it.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it as an ad, but getting Yabusele, I think, is big for them.
Yes.
Just the way he plays, the spacing. He can kind of be a PJ Tucker for this team. A smaller guy. Obviously, at this point, he is far more athletic than probably PJ Tucker ever was. But being able to give that toughness so that if like Mitchell Robinson's not going to play, all right, well, he's undersized, but we can put someone out there that's going to fight, that's going to get rebounds, that's going to play hard.
Yeah, and then him and Towns are your big guys. You don't like, yeah, I like it. Okay, let's see here. Predictions. What do you have for a prediction for the Knicks?
I have the Knicks as my 1 seed playoff team.
Yeah. Contender. Yeah, that's what yeah. Okay. Anything else on the Knicks?
Nope.
Okay. Thanks so much, Clint, for joining me. Thanks everybody else for listening. Again, if you haven't yet, leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on the Knicks season and some predictions you have. Also, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more. And look out, we have basically every team out at this point on YouTube. So check out the other teams as well if you're interested in the NBA in general. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.